Hey y'all. It's Mike. Um so um I know this video that I'm about to do. Um it's gonna offend some people, and some people I guess they would agree to a certain extent. So a lot of y'all people who have been asking me where I stand on like organizationalism. I believe that, and this is just me, and everybody can have their own belief or whatever, or what have you. But when it comes to organizationalism, that's man-made. I believe that all organizations, I don't care whether you be Baptist, you can be Baptist, Pentecostal, Holiness, Trinitarian, you can be Apostolic Pentecostal, you can be Church of God, whether you be Trinitarian or whether you be Oneness. I totally believe that people who are going into these churches who are with organizations, for a lot of you who don't know, that's man-made, and I believe that organizations don't save you. They don't make you more, I guess, holier than thou, I guess. If that's even a word. But I will say that even through all that being said, that, you know, being, I guess in a sense, disfellowshipped with a lot of churches that are with, organizational, protocol. I believe that a lot of people don't understand why most people, they would gear towards an independent church instead of a church that's with an organization. Because in my eyes, I believe that, like I just said, whether it be Trinitarian or Oneness, I believe that they are all both man-made, and that's not of God, because you don't find anywhere in the Bible where it talks about organizations. It just talks about being Christian and being Christ-like. And so therefore, I want people on my YouTube channel to know that, just because I hold myself more towards the independent Pentecostal, Holiness, Trinitarian doctrine in the way that we believe and what we believe in. Don't get me wrong. Don't say, well, Mike, you just said that, you should not believe in it. Yes, you're exactly right. You should not believe in I'm trying to get this right. Organizational, denominal. I just don't believe that being a part of a organization makes you a better individual, or makes you like have to look up to another hierarchy in some office or something. No. So I just want people to know that my best bet for a lot of people, I would rather go with an independent Christian church, whether they be independent apostolic Pentecostal, whether they be independent Pentecostal holiness Trinitarian. Because, like I said, a lot of this stuff that you see in these organizations, that's man-made, and that ain't of God. So I just want people to be aware of that you have to be careful. Just because in the name they say that, oh, we're Pentecostal. Like, just because they say it in the name does not mean that they're independent. You have to look more in depth into the church, the ministry, how they operate, and what are they operating by. And people, I always tell people, I'm glad that I went that route, because for the majority of my life, I was raised in an organizational, denominational church, in which back in the old days, a lot of people are like, well, that's kind of, old tradition. Well, I believe that, being an independent Pentecostal holiness Trinitarian, I believe that there is some differences from the organizational denominational churches that are out here. I don't know if a lot of you are. I have two different, I guess you can say, backgrounds per se. I don't know if any of you ever heard of of the one organizational denominational I was a part of was called the National Baptist Convention USA Incorporated, which is more of a missionary Baptist church organization, denominational background. And the other one was, I shouldn't say was, but is, the other denominational organization is called the Churches of God in Christ. If you know what that is, you can look them up. They're all over the world and all over the place. Anywho, I'm just letting a lot of people know that whether it be Trinitarian or whether it be oneness, apostolic Pentecostal, make sure they're both independent. Because a lot of people who say, well, we're Pentecostal Trinitarian, we believe in, tongue speaking and blah blah, but look more into depth into that. Look into it to the point where if they're part of an organization, then I believe that organizationalism is man-made. It's not of God. It was not ordained by God. So a lot of people who are saying, well, my church is a part of this convention or this organization, that organizationalism denominational world does not save you. What saves you is Jesus Christ. So therefore, like I said, I would prefer people to go to an independent church, because I feel like they're more governed to that specific church. They don't have no hierarchy, no other person over them. And I know a lot of people who are in the church world who they don't speak or talk on these subjects, which I think that is a bad thing per se if a church isn't talking about that, because I think it's so important to know that when you're in a organizational denominational world, you get so caught up in that a lot of people, I feel like, they lose focus on, hey, I need my own personal relationship with God. It's not me, you, and God. No, it's between me and God. So therefore, I don't say, oh, well, you're, and people don't get what I'm saying is like, I'm trying to like be mean and rude about other people who are in like Catholic or Mormon or Mennonite or any other denominational background, or William Branham. If any of you know what William Branham is all about. And I'm not trying to be mean against those other denominational organizational people, but I'm just saying all that is man-made. It's not of God. You don't see anywhere in the Bible where it talks about denominational organizationalism in the Bible. You don't see that nowhere in the Bible. And a lot of people, they're like, oh, well, like there is supposed to be, and don't get me wrong about what I'm about to say, but there is supposed to be order in the church, but not into the point where it's like an organizationalism thing where you've turned this organizational, denominational into your God, into like you worship it so much that you just forget, so I just thought I would come on here and tell you guys that, because like I said, a lot of people don't really talk about that too much. They don't at all. So like I said, I just want to be an encourager to people, and I love all my followers. And if you don't love me, I still love you. I don't care. But alright, y'all. Well, I'm gonna go and finish up some cleaning here, and I'll see y'all in the next vlog. Later. Bye.